Audio article by the Common Constitutionalist entitled, "We Are Witnessing the Implosion of the Democrat Party." When you're winning, you never argue amongst yourself. Winning cures all ills. Everybody likes everyone else. All is forgiven, etc. For decades, the Democrats controlled Washington, D.C. The Dems consistently won. At times, they had all three branches of government. Other cycles would see them control the presidency and maybe one house or the other. Regardless, they were winning. Sure, they would outwardly complain about Republicans, but we never saw any infighting. As Rush Limbaugh has stated on many occasions, even when things looked not as good for them, nobody circled the wagons like the Democrats. In other words, they never turned on each other. Interestingly, when you're consistently losing year after year, the same applies. Throughout the same decades, the Republicans seemed satisfied with, or at least tolerant of, losing. They weren't good at circling the wagons around one of their own, but still, there was little infighting. Look at the biggest losers in the NFL. We never hear of fights breaking out at the Cleveland Browns or Jacksonville Jaguars facilities. And why? Because they are preeminent losers and are used to the role. Players that have been with one of these teams a while understand that there is no expectation of winning a Super Bowl, making it to the playoffs, or even posting better than a 500 record. Not that they're satisfied with their lot, but with little expectation comes little angst. These teams are analogous with Republicans. Winning elections, at least consistently, is still relatively new to the GOP. For the longest time, they were the Cleveland Browns. And for most of us voters, it seemed like the party was okay with losing, like they had made peace with it. On the flip side, as I said, the Dems are used to winning. They could be said to be like the Seattle Seahawks, who for almost the last 2 decades have sported a winning record more often than not, and have made the playoffs 12 of those years. They've also recently been to 2 Super Bowls, winning 1. The team and the fans got used to winning. But when everyone, including the team, expects to win and you don't, the infighting starts. Fans witness blow-ups between players and coaches on the sideline during games and hear of fights during practice. At least outwardly, the team doesn't appear to be able to handle adversity well, and it's like they have no plan to regain their preeminence. This is what we are witnessing now with the Democrat Party. Their last big win was in 2008, when Obama won the presidency and they controlled both houses. Like the Seahawks, they were winning and arrogant. Since then, Obama's victory in 2012 notwithstanding, it's been one loss after the other, and they, too, have no plan. The Dems held it together for a time, but the infighting has begun. The straw that broke the camel's back was no doubt the humiliating loss of Ossoff in the Georgia congressional race. Like the presidential race, the Dems were convinced they would win. The loss, after spending almost $30 million, has sent them into a tailspin. The party is now in total disarray. Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz has recently called fellow hack Jay Johnson a liar for confirming the DNC servers were hacked. But the mother of all infighting is publicly calling out Nancy Pelosi. This is just not done, but Dems are blaming her for the Georgia loss. Could the days of circling the wagons be ending? On Wednesday, Representative Tim Ryan, Democrat of Ohio, said, "The Democrat brand is just bad. Again, this is just not done. No one is supposed to stray from the Democrat reservation." He added that, quote, "I don't think people in the Beltway are realizing just how toxic the Democrat Party brand is in so many parts of the country. Well, welcome to the party, pal, although from a conservative point of view, I would rather them never figure this out." Ryan also said that in some areas of the country, Pelosi is more toxic than is Trump. In the past, members knew never to speak ill of the party, and especially the leadership. One would not be long for this world. But it seems some members are growing weary of losing, and instead of blaming the Republicans, they have begun to focus their fire inward on Democrat leaders and the left's message. I've been following politics for a while, and I can honestly say I have never seen this from the Democrat Party. And if it appears this bad to us on the outside, just imagine what it is like going on behind closed doors. I know we're not supposed to revel in their misery, but it's tough not to. Thank you for listening.